Do you really trust your bank in 2023? One of Silicon Valley's biggest banks collapsed in a matter of hours. Customers lost access to their own money overnight. What if I told you that keeping all your assets in a bank could be one of today's biggest financial traps? While you sleep soundly thinking your money is safe, it's actually being eroded by inflation, exposed to political decisions, and earning less interest than what you'd pay for parking at the mall. The system we were all taught to trust is quietly betraying that trust every single day. Today, I'm going to show you 7 assets that are safer and smarter than leaving your money sitting in a bank. Each serves a strategic purpose. Some protect your purchasing power, others generate passive income, and one might seem risky, but many people are already using it to build wealth quietly. And the last one on the list is the most controversial of all. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you know ever experienced a banking crisis or lost money in a bank? Maybe during the 2008 financial crisis, or more recently? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could help others protect their hard-earned money. Now that you're thinking about it, let me share the economic reality we're facing today, so you can understand why this matters so much. The economic reality: inflation in the U.S. remains stubborn at 2.8% annually, which means your money is losing value even when it's just sitting there. The Fed continues keeping interest rates above 4.25%, signaling expensive credit and a sluggish economy. Banks, even large ones, remain under pressure. Remember, Silicon Valley Bank collapsed overnight, and now new import tariffs threaten to push inflation even higher. In the midst of all this, what's your money doing in the bank? Losing value, earning almost nothing, and still 100% exposed to systemic risk. That's why today, we're analyzing real asset strategies that can truly protect your wealth, because the world has changed, and saving money the old way can cost you dearly. Asset 1. Treasury bonds, the conservative anchor. Let's start with the most conservative, and for many, the most reliable, treasury bonds. Basically, it's like lending your money to the government, and in return, they pay you back with interest. But unlike the bank, the risk here is practically zero. Right now, U.S. Treasuries are paying over 4% annually, sometimes more depending on the term. That's significantly higher than the average savings account. If you want security, predictability, and don't want to risk money in stocks or crypto, this is for you. During times of crisis or instability, these bonds often increase in value as investors flock to them as safe havens. Yes, there's a liquidity concern. You can redeem before maturity, but there may be some price variation. So think of this as a medium to long-term asset. To get started, use platforms like Treasury Direct or brokerages like Fidelity or Vanguard. Safety, predictability, even above-average returns. That's the power of Treasury bonds. Asset 2. Real estate, tangible stability. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but a well-purchased property can yield returns as if it did. Real estate is physical, tangible, and even with market fluctuations, properties tend to appreciate over time, protect against inflation, and generate passive income through rent. The U.S. real estate market slowed in 2024, but 2025 is already showing signs of recovery, especially in urban areas and logistics properties. Cities like Austin, Nashville, and Raleigh have seen property values increase over 40% in the last 3 years. Yes, there are maintenance costs, taxes, and vacancy risks, but if you choose the right location and property type, it's one of the most solid assets you can own. Not enough for a down payment? Real estate investment trusts, REITs, like Prologis or Realty Income, let you invest in real estate through the stock market with minimal capital. Want something you can touch, see, and that pays you monthly? Real estate is a classic for a reason. Asset 3. Gold, the true refuge. While governments print money and banks teeter between crises, gold remains timeless and unchanged. For thousands of years, gold has been the currency of kings, nations, and empires. In 2025 alone, gold prices surpassed $3,000 per ounce, driven by global uncertainties and geopolitical tensions. Gold is scarce, physical, indestructible. It doesn't need interest to provide value. It protects. Buy physical gold from reputable dealers like APMEX or JM Bullion, or through ETFs like GLD if you prefer digital convenience. It doesn't generate income and it might seem static, but as financial insurance, it's practically unbeatable. If central banks are stocking up on gold, shouldn't you at least consider it too? Asset 4. Collectibles and luxury items. Wealth with style. While your money sleeps in the bank, some people become millionaires selling art, vintage watches, and even collectible sneakers. Luxury items like rare watches, classic cars, artwork, even Lego sets have appreciated more than traditional investments. A Rolex bought for $200 in the 70s sold for $17 million. A Ferrari 250 GTO, $70 million. What do these assets have in common? Scarcity, aesthetics, and a passionate community willing to pay more. They're not as liquid as stocks or gold, but platforms like Rally and Masterworks allow average investors to buy fractional shares in collectibles. Have taste, patience, and vision? These assets can elevate your capital and your lifestyle. Asset 5. Physical cash. Freedom in paper. Yes, this asset is money, but not digital. I'm talking about paper cash, stored securely and under your control. During crises, in Greece 2015, Lebanon 2019, or the U.S. in 2023, people lost access to their money. ATMs went empty. Banks froze. Having physical cash isn't a conspiracy theory. It's common sense. Cards can fail. Networks go down. Emergencies happen. Experts like Suze Orman recommend keeping $1,000 to $2,000 at home for emergencies, not for investing, but for resilience, discretion, instant access, and independence from the system. Physical cash still matters. Asset 6. Your own business. The asset you control. This one isn't bought, it's built, and it might be the most powerful asset you'll ever own. A business gives you autonomy, cash flow, and control over your future. It can be physical, digital, service-based, anything from a pizza shop to a YouTube channel. Don't think it's only for billionaires. Jeff Bezos started in his garage. Sarah Blakely built Spanx from $5,000. You can start with Etsy, Shopify, or a simple ebook. While your bank pays you 1% annually, a business can return 100% monthly or more. Asset 7. Cryptocurrencies. The new era. Asset finally, the most controversial but highest performing asset of the last decade. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is more than digital money. It's a new value system. No government, no bank, no unlimited printing, just 21 million coins ever. A $100 Bitcoin investment in 2010 is worth over $50 million today. Yes, it's volatile, but it's also borderless, liquid, and immune to political devaluation. Companies like MicroStrategy hold billions in Bitcoin. BlackRock now offers Bitcoin ETFs. El Salvador made it legal tender. If gold is the safe haven of the analog era, Bitcoin might be the safe haven of the digital one. So, which of these 7 assets are you going to start with? On a scale from 1 to 10, how valuable was this information to your financial planning? Leave your answer in the comments. I read everyone. Your feedback helps me create content that protects and grows your financial future.